You wake up in the morning with a plan. Today will be different. Today you'll focus. Today you'll finally move forward. But somehow, by the time the day ends, you feel empty. Not just tired, not just sleepy, empty. And the confusing part is this. You didn't even do that much. So where did your energy go? Because energy doesn't disappear on its own. It's always spent somewhere. And most people are losing it in places they never think to look. We're taught to manage time, schedules, deadlines, calendars, but no one teaches us how to track energy. And energy is what actually runs your life. Without energy, time is useless. Without energy, motivation collapses. Without energy, even simple tasks feel heavy. So today, we're pulling back the curtain, not on productivity tricks, not on hustle culture, but on the quiet, invisible places your energy leaks every single day. Because once you see where it's going, you can finally take it back. Let's start with the truth most people avoid. You don't lose energy all at once. You lose it slowly, in small, unnoticed moments, in habits that feel harmless, in choices that feel automatic. By the end of the day, the damage is done, and you don't even know how. The first place your energy goes is your attention. Attention is energy in its purest form. Where your attention goes, your energy follows. And most people give away their attention before the day even begins. You wake up. You reach for your phone. Notifications, messages, news, other people's lives. Before you've even checked in with yourself, your mind is already reacting. Your energy didn't start the day with intention. It started in defense mode. Every notification asks your brain a question. Every scroll demands a micro-decision. Every comparison quietly drains confidence. None of this feels exhausting in the moment, but it adds up. Your brain wasn't designed to handle hundreds of tiny inputs before breakfast. So by the time you sit down to do something that actually matters, your energy is already fractured. Not gone, just scattered. That's the first leak, fragmented attention. The second place your energy goes is unmade decisions. Every decision you delay stays open in your mind. What should I do? Should I start this? Should I quit that? Should I speak up? Should I change? Unanswered questions don't disappear. They run quietly in the background, like apps draining your battery. Indecision is exhausting. Not because decisions are hard, but because carrying them is. Clarity gives energy. Ambiguity steals it. That's why you can feel lighter after making a difficult decision, even if it leads to hard work. Your mind finally gets to rest. But most people postpone decisions because they're afraid of being wrong. So they stay stuck. And stuck drains energy faster than effort ever could. The third place your energy goes is emotional suppression. Unspoken thoughts, unexpressed feelings, unacknowledged frustration. When you pretend you're fine when you're not. It costs energy. When you swallow words you want to say, it costs energy. When you live a life that doesn't match how you feel inside, it costs energy. Emotions don't disappear because you ignore them. They turn into tension. And tension is energy being held hostage. That's why people feel tired even on days when nothing happened. So much is happening internally. Your body and mind are constantly compensating, holding, suppressing, managing. That invisible work is exhausting. The fourth place your energy goes is constant consumption. You watch, you scroll, you listen, but you don't create. Consumption feels relaxing, but it often drains more than it restores, especially when it's endless. Your brain wasn't meant to absorb without expression. Creation restores energy. Even small acts of creation, writing, thinking, planning, building, generate momentum. That's why you can feel energized after working on something meaningful, even if it was hard, and feel drained after hours of passive scrolling. Your energy wants movement, not noise. The fifth place your energy goes is misalignment. This one is subtle and powerful. When your actions don't align with your values, energy leaks. You feel resistance, heaviness, inner friction. You might not consciously notice it, but your body does. That's why doing something that doesn't feel you feels exhausting. even if it's easy. And doing something that aligns with who you want to become feels energizing, even if it's challenging. Energy follows meaning. If your days are filled with things that don't move you closer to the person you know you could be, your system slowly shuts down. Not out of laziness, out of self-protection. The sixth place your energy goes is comparison. Every time you compare your behind the scenes to someone else's highlight reel, it costs energy, not because you're weak, but because comparison creates internal conflict. You're measuring yourself against standards you didn't choose. And that disconnect drains motivation. Comparison doesn't inspire action, it creates pressure. And pressure without purpose leads to exhaustion. The seventh place your energy goes is unresolved identity. When you're not clear on who you are becoming, every choice feels heavier. You overthink, you second guess, you hesitate. Because without identity, every decision feels like a threat. Clarity of identity simplifies life. It reduces decision fatigue. It protects energy. But when identity is vague, energy leaks through constant self-doubt. Now here's the most important part. Most people think the solution is rest. Sleep more, take breaks, go on vacation. Rest helps, but rest doesn't fix energy leaks. You can rest and still feel drained if the leaks are still there. Because energy isn't just physical, it's mental, emotional, psychological. You don't restore energy only by stopping. You restore it by aligning, by choosing where your attention goes, by closing open loops, by expressing what needs expression, by creating instead of consuming, by living in alignment with who you're becoming. Energy returns when your life makes sense to your nervous system. That's why some people wake up energized even without perfect sleep, and others wake up tired no matter how much they rest. It's not about hours, it's about harmony. Here's a question that changes everything. Where did my energy go today? Not time, energy. Who got it first? What drained it? What restored it? Most people never ask this, so they keep blaming themselves. I'm lazy. I lack discipline. I'm unmotivated. But those aren't character flaws. They're symptoms of energy mismanagement. You don't need to become a new person. You need to stop bleeding energy in places that don't serve you. Start small. Protect your mornings. Reduce input before intention. Make one clear decision you've been avoiding. Create something, even briefly, every day. Tell the truth to yourself. Energy responds quickly to honesty. When you stop pretending, when you stop over-consuming, when you stop living on autopilot. And here's the shift most people never make. Stop asking, what do I need to do today? Start asking, what deserves my best energy today? One thing. Because focus multiplies energy. Scattered effort drains it. You don't need to do more. You need to do what matters with presence. That's how people build momentum, not by squeezing more into their day, but by protecting the energy behind their actions. Your energy is your life force. What you give it to becomes your life. So choose carefully. Because at the end of the day, the question isn't where did my time go? It's where did I give my energy? And tomorrow, you get to choose differently. If this message resonated with you, it means you're ready to live with more intention and less exhaustion. Subscribe to Daily Upgrade Motivation for videos that help you reclaim your energy, sharpen your focus, and build a life that feels aligned. Upgrade your energy, upgrade your choices, and take back control of your days, one decision at a time.